Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great and had a beautiful week and had a beautiful weekend. Um, yeah, let me just jump right into it. So, I am really excited to introduce this new series and bring this new series to you all. If you've been following some of the things that I've done lately, I've been talking a lot about our daughter and some of her experiences in school and what we've been going through with kindergarten and just making that transition. And it really has just sparked me, like inspired me to bring this series to you all. The shadow behind me is really getting on my last nerve right now. Like it really is. Okay, I gotta be okay with this. So yeah, let me just update you all on where things have gone with her as far as kindergarten is concerned. So I had shared with you all that we weren't really feeling the experience that we were getting in her class with her teacher. We were, there were just some practices that I was seeing that definitely didn't vibe with what I know as an educator and what I want for my child as an educator. And so I'm not going to get too much into it. One, I have little ears here. She wanted to be down here and be with me while I'm filming, so I don't want to really have her, rehash the story in front of her. Excuse me. Allergies. So I'm not going to get so much into that. Just check out any last, the last 2 or 3 videos because I've talked about it, steadily. But I can say this. I've had some conversations with her teacher and I've shared with her the things that we weren't very pleased with. And the one thing that I've realized, or that came of it, which is really good, is that her teacher was willing to hear me out and adjust some things, to adjust some of her approaches to be able to accommodate the thing that I, was talking about. Or the thing that I, my concern. She definitely was able to accommodate it, and I actually saw the fruits of that, like the next day after one of my big conversations with her. And she definitely, hey, thanks for joining. The teacher was definitely accommodating, and it made me think about this, right? Teachers as individuals, sometimes they are in schools where, for one reason or another, they are not pushed, challenged, corrected, observed to even see what it is that the teachers are doing to be able to challenge them or correct them. And so I feel like this experience with my daughter's school and my daughter's teacher, when I spoke to her, I spoke to her wearing my educational coach hat. Like I was a parent, but the educational coach hat is something that I don't take off very often when I'm speaking to other educators. It's just a language that I speak, and especially when I see them doing practices that I just am like no, this is not okay. Like I have to go there. And so I did that with the teacher, and it made me just wonder like how much support she's getting or not getting from her leadership to be able to correct her about these same kinds of things. And it made me a little bit, I don't know, I guess annoyed, because it's like the lack of that kind of support then trickles down, and you have teachers who are implementing practices that are just not okay, right? That impact the children in negative ways, and that's what we were seeing here. But all in all, the teacher was willing to change. She was willing to accommodate us. She was willing to do different things, and our daughter definitely benefited from that. So for that reason, I'm very proud of myself for having the courage or saying to speak up, or speaking up on the behalf of my child. And this is one of the things that I cannot stress enough to our parents out here, to you parents out here. You are your child's biggest advocate. You see things going down in a way that you are not okay with, shut it down. Talk about it, right? But not shut it down and get it all like, like none of that. Like that's what's expected of us. And when I say us, yes, I'm talking about my black and brown grown-ups out there, right? us. That is sometimes what is expected of us, to come in and be like, and raising Cain. Don't do that. Shut it down professionally. Shut it down with armed with power of knowledge, right? Come and challenge and hold these educators accountable for the practices that they did learn in school. This is, this is what we have to do. This is what we're charged with doing as parents for our children. And so that's what I did. And it worked out great. And with all of that said, we are still transferring her out of the school. And as of tomorrow, she starts a new school. And so this whole experience that I've had over the course of September and to the beginning part of October, sure, I advocated for my child. Sure, I've seen some changes get implemented. And sure, I'm still out of there. We are still out of there. And the reason being is I don't want to have those conversations and these types of conversations every day or every week with my child's teacher. I am a mom who has 2 other children at home in addition to the little one. And between going through searching for colleges for my oldest one and searching for for high schools for the younger son, I don't want to have to do this so frequently because the leadership that's in place there is not doing it. I don't want to do that, I give her an A for effort, but we're going to move on. And while they work all their things out and iron all their kinks out and try to implement new programs and try to make their school, step it up, we're out of here. So that's what's happening on my personal front, right? Now, on another level, for the purpose of my Sweet Pea and Me and for the purpose of this broadcast, I would like to bring to you all the what I am calling the building series. And the reason the building series came to mind for me is because I knew already that not every school is created equally. I already knew that, right? I knew that going into the school that we went into, but I took the chance. What I did not realize was how the disparity, like how drastic it is. And, going into this school this year and having been the head of a school for a while, early childhood center, and having my children in different schools. My boys now have been, across the 2 of them, they've now been in 1, 2, 3, 4 different schools, 5 if you include a high school that my son transferred out or that we transferred him out of, when he first started high school. So I've seen 5 different schools in that capacity. And I'm realizing where the holes are, and especially in the early childhood settings. And so I want to bring this to you and talk to you about every building is not created equally, but there are certain things that a school needs to take into account to kind of level that playing field or level, the access that the children have. And so this building series is about the different things that I believe a school needs to be able to bring to the table to help build the child, right? The children come, they don't come as blank slates. And I'm talking about early childhood because that is the field that I'm in. So, and of course some of this is applicable to high school settings and middle school settings and elementary school settings, which is what my daughter is in. I'm thinking of that birth through kindergarten, maybe even 2nd grade, right? There are certain things that schools have to start doing better at, right? And so it's going to be a 3-part series, and so today is only the introduction of it. And I hope that you share it with someone and stay tuned. And we're going to do this for about 3. It's going to be a 3-part series starting, next week we'll kick off part 1 of it. And it is going to be about the different things that each school needs to bring to a table and the things that I look for in a school when deciding that my children should go to that school. So next week we're going to talk about trust building, right? We're going to talk about relationship building. Like those are very important in schools. Then for the second part, we're going to get into skill building, right? And so, yes, I'll touch on some academic stuff there, but I'm going to talk about a couple of other things when I mean what I mean by skill building. So we'll have so trust and relationship building, skill building. Thank you. Skill building, and then the last day we will talk about character building, and what that means. You know, what it means to me, and what it means to build one's character, and how what a school should look like in efforts to do that. And for each series, not only am I going to speak about what a school should do, but as a parent, some of the things that you can do at home for each of those things, but more so what to look for in a school to have evidence that this is what's being done. Because listen, it is real out there. It is the disparity when I tell you guys, like, it's ridiculous. And I went through it for a month. My family, my husband, we went through it for a month, our daughter. But because I know what it could look like, I'm not tolerating that. That's not okay with me. And her teacher knew that it was not okay with me, and the principal knew that it was not okay with me because I had a conversation with her as well. It's not okay with me. And unfortunately, other parents don't have the lens or the experience that I've been, definitely blessed and fortunate to have. However, for my educators out there, I charge you with helping to educate other parents about what they should be looking for, right? Because the more you know, the more power you have, and the more ability you have to change what it is, to change what's existing, right? This past month was not okay for me at all, and so it's time for us to step it way up. Get some understanding about what our children really should have access to, right? Not because they're privileged or because we're more affluent, because we have more money or what. No. The things that I'm talking about are not privileges. They should be norms. They're our rights, right? They're not because of our socioeconomic status, and they should not be because of our zip codes. That's enough. So please, join me next week and for the next 3 parts of this series. I hope that I can inspire someone, and we got to do something. We definitely have to do something, because that's enough. That's enough. All right. I hope to see you next week. As always, hit me up. Early childhood at sweetpeame.com. Early childhood at sweetpeame.com. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. Be inspired. Be blessed. Be great. Be all that. See you later. Bye-bye.